Every once in a while, we make the mistake of letting a narcissist into our lives. Because in the beginning, they're pretty good about masking that side of themselves. They can seem really sweet and nice and genuine, and then next thing you know, they're trying to gaslight you. And sometimes they can really throw you for a loop. It makes you question who's in control of the situation. It makes you question how you're even feeling in the moment. Are they right? Are those my real feelings? What's happening here? Welcome to the Radiant Sun. My name is Kendra. I'm a spiritual life coach, and I help my clients get through the blocks in their lives to get to their ultimate success. And if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe for more of this content. Today, we are diving on into the infamous topic of narcissists with their gaslighting. And this could be a really touchy subject. I actually tried to write up a draft of this, and it was just so hard to get the wording right because, and I'll start actually with an example of something that recently happened to me. I had welcomed someone into my life that I met them several years, almost 10 years ago I met this person. And we stopped talking for a very long amount of time. We both went through our own struggles in life, and we didn't end on a bad note or anything, so we just kind of remained friends throughout the years. And they popped back up recently, and it was just like it had always been, just a normal friendship and just catching up on life. And then I vented to them about something that was bothering me. And mind you, when I vent to somebody about something that's bothering me, I already have control of the situation. I already have control over my emotions about it. I already can see how I should be responding to it. But sometimes it's good just to have a listening ear because so much weighs on us every single day. And even though we know the right course of action to take, it can be just nice having somebody to talk to about it. Not really expecting any judgment or them to put you down or anything like that. It's just nice to have a friend. I think we can all agree. So I vented to this person about the situation, and I kind of expected them to act the way they did, and I guess in some sense it was kind of a test to see if they were true, and they were not. They initially started out by basically telling me what I wanted to hear, which was very obvious. The way they presented themselves and articulated their sentences, it totally changed, and it didn't seem genuine at all. And mind you, I'm very intuitive, and you can't really lie to me. So I just kind of played along with it. I'm like, this, it's not like this person is really weighing heavily on my life anyways, so it's not really worth it to go at them and say, hey, tell me how you actually feel. It doesn't really matter because their life is their life, my life is my life, and if we don't vibe, that's okay. We can still go our separate ways, and no harm, no foul. I'm not the one to try to stir something up over it. I'm really not about the drama. And then the next day, they messaged me, and they're like, I'm really not okay about, that whole thing, because I can't understand how you're okay. And I didn't even really know how to respond at first, and eventually I did respond, and I said that, everyone has their own ways of living life. Some need security in one aspect of life, and others are okay with the unknown of not knowing what's going to happen and just having the faith. And that's what I do. That's how I live my life. I live a lot of my life on faith, just trusting that everything will work out as it should. And even though it can seem kind of scary sometimes and it might trigger some stress and fear sometimes, it really does all end up working out. So I just simply tried explaining how I'm viewing it, and I said, having the security in the knowing, needing to know exactly how everything's going to play out and having backup plans for stuff, that is totally fine. If that makes you happy and safe and comfortable, you want to live your life that way, who am I to say that you're wrong? Who am I to make you change? I wouldn't want somebody to make me change. So that was really all I was trying to say is, you have your point of view, I have my point of view. We don't have to hold hands and do life together. That's totally fine. You can go one way, I can go the other, and I'm still just as happy. And it was weighing on their mind so much that a week went by and they messaged me again about the same thing. They're like, I am having such a hard time making this make sense. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand how you can live your life like this. I'm like, again, it's my life. And I said, I chose to take huge leaps of faith. I chose to start my own business. I chose to invest in myself. I chose to take these risks, knowing that if it doesn't work out, in the end, everything will work out. Because if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out for a reason, right? And I'm never going to know if it's going to work out or not unless I just give it a shot. And I said, with you thinking about this all the time and trying to piece my life together, it's none of my business. If you want to continue putting your time and energy into trying to figure out someone else's life, that is 100% your decision, and that's not going to faze me whatsoever. But please respect the fact that you have no control over my life. I'm going to choose to live how I want to live, and that makes me happy. And in saying this, they responded with, "That got under your skin, didn't it?" And even in talking about it, it makes me think, it's so hard for people to talk about narcissists and gaslighting when they say, "Oh, it got under your skin," because even if it really doesn't, I'm fine. Nothing's really getting under my skin about it. They're so concerned about the situation, and again, I'm not. I couldn't care less about it. I'm still living my life fully authentically and full of love and light, and nothing's going to come along and change that. But in talking about it, somebody could easily say, well, you're making a whole video about it. Obviously, it got under your skin. It's not even the fact that it got under my skin. I want to make the video about it and bring awareness to it because of how hard it is for people to talk about this stuff, because those are the comments they get. They're like, "Oh, well, if it's not bothering you, then why are you still talking about it?" Because I want to let people know that this is a safe space and it's okay to talk about things like this. It doesn't mean that it's weighing heavily on us or that it's dictating what we do in life now. It's not deciding how we feel when we wake up in the morning. It has no effect on my life whatsoever, but it used to for a long time. When I was 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, it's so easy to fall into this trap. It's so easy. And nobody feels like they have the freedom to talk about it. So once they said, "Ooh, that got under your skin, didn't it?" I simply responded by saying, "If you would like to think that it did, you can go right ahead. But I know how I feel, so I'm good." And in saying that, guess what the response was? "Okay." And then they stopped messaging me. Now, if I said what I really wanted to say on the inside, which was, it's not getting under my skin, but it seems as though it's getting under your skin, considering you've brought it up a couple times a week apart from one another. It's obvious that it's weighing pretty heavily on you for whatever reason that may be. So whose skin is it really getting under? That's what I kind of wanted to say. But in saying that, you're just adding fuel to the fire, and it doesn't solve anything, really. Because when a person is in that mindset, they want those responses from you. And in the moment, it feels like you're defending yourself, and it might feel good sometimes. But you're just getting them more stuff to play with and turn on you, and it's just not worth it. Before I sent the message of just saying, I know how I feel, so I'm good. Before I was sending that, I was just looking at my day and recognizing the feelings that were coming up for me, just having to interact with this person. And Like, today is actually a really good day, and the frequency that they're giving out is it's trying to drag me down like an anchor to the bottom of the ocean, and I am not about to give somebody that much control over my life, or any control over my life for that matter. So that's why I just took the step back. Like, if you want to think that, it's none of my business. Who am I to say what you can and can't believe that other people are doing or other people are feeling? Nothing that I say will change their point of view. Nothing. Nothing that I say will change who they are. It's not going to change the fact that they're probably going to find somebody else to talk to like that, just because they're having a hard time wrapping their head around it. And I know this is a pretty controversial topic as to whether or not you should be blocking somebody. I personally think that if you encounter a narcissist and they are trying to bring you down to their level and they're trying to have their toxicity bleed into your life, that calls for a blocking. I would much rather have down-to-earth, genuine people messaging me and interacting with me than a narcissist that think they have control over my life. That's just not how I roll. So if you're dealing with somebody like this and you think that blocking them is going to cause way more drama than not, it's simply a matter of taking control over your life and setting boundaries. If somebody is going to be disrespectful to you, they will not cross that boundary into your life. And I put a stop to that. There is absolutely no need for anybody to be coming at you with any of that stuff. Like, on one hand, yes, it's none of your business how they feel or what they think about you or any of that stuff. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that you have to allow them to be bringing this energy into your aura, into your bubble, into your life. This is a time for you to focus on you and grow. Bring things into your life that are beneficial to you. Don't think that because you're blocking them that you're giving them a win because they bugged you. Plenty of people are going to bug you. I don't feel as though blocking somebody gives them a win. If they want to look at it like that, go ahead. Again, none of my business. By blocking somebody, I am taking control over the energy I'm allowing into my field. And if people want to put me down for that or say anything about it, it's none of my business. It is going to ensure that more positivity is flowing into my life, and that makes me feel good. That allows me to put more of my time, more of my focus, more of my energy into things that are beneficial for me. If something makes you feel good, don't let somebody else's opinion over it dictate whether or not you do it. In the end, you're doing it for you, not because of anybody else. So I hope this inspires you to take more action. And I know I've mentioned it before, sometimes cutting people off from your life is very hard. And even narcissistic people you can have a love for. But don't think that in cutting someone off, they're winning. Because in cutting them off, you're cutting off their control over you. So again, I hope this helped, and be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.